right, going live.
I don't think there anymore. I just wanted to-
We're not blocking anybody.
Stay like at least like 1 or 2 feet away.
Hello, everybody.
I think it would be better if I just put it on the floor.
That is actually better. Oh, hello. And hello. And hello.
All the hellos.
So I had to look at 3 different things. Hi, welcome to Noise Complaints Q&A panel session thing tonight.
You are so skewed. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I can do
We're
that.
so skewed that way.
he evened us out. We're good.
Thank you, Henry.
I fixed this head.
Okay.
Ben
Wait,
said,
I can't see Henry now.
yeah, I can't see him.
Facebook
You're on
or
Facebook or
Insta.
Instagram.
Ben
Sorry,
said,
we're playing musical people.
Yeah, but this isn't.
Ben said Jen looks like a Mortal Kombat ninja.
I know, right? Hi, I know we look a little strange. We're all masked up because we are in a studio that has a mask policy and we are respectful of that policy. I'm wearing one that hopefully you guys can understand me in, and this is probably the weirdest I've ever looked, but it's fine. I am ready to do some Mortal Kombat. Sure. I feel like I'm the Street Fighter character.
Okay, whatever.
Can I watch the Facebook?
If you want to. I can't see it. Otherwise, I'll look like the nerdy ninja with my glasses. That's what I tell my students I am when I teach. All right, so hello, welcome. We are so happy to be hanging out with you guys today on multiple platforms. And if you guys have questions, we have answers. We do have some queued up from some of our Instagram polls earlier this week. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with those questions. But first, I really just want to say how much we have loved all of your interaction with our shows and our behind the scenes stuff that we've been able to put out virtually since this whole thing started. And one of the things that I want to tell you guys, and I'll say it again at the end and probably in the middle, just in case we have people coming in and out, we are planning on doing digital content as the Noise Complaint bi-weekly virtual content. Sometimes it's going to be a whole show. Sometimes it's going to be a Q&A. Sometimes it's going to be a Q&A with the directors. Sometimes it's going to be at rehearsal. So you guys will have like a backstage, or a behind the scenes kind of look at rehearsal and have some fun with us. So yeah, we're going to be doing this every other week. So this weekend, and then skip a week, and then the next weekend we're going to do it again and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. I like I'm just a silver lining kind of girl. Like, your digital way of bringing us to you more often. This is kind of cool.
Oh, Kaylin, I see you.
Lots of shout outs for Kaylin.
Taylor says, heyo, BCast.
Because if you've known us for a really long time, you might notice there's some changes. There always will be in the show business. So let's go ahead and introduce everybody. I will start over here. This is Henry.
Hi.
This is Panda. Christy. With the mask, I have to take a second before I go. Right, that's who you are. Finn. And that's Ian back there. And then Alex is over here shoving his face in the Facebook, but you can't see him on the other things. But he's over here, I swear.
I'm watching the Facebook.
Yeah. So current cast, and we're really. How many of y'all had your first rehearsal on Zoom? I know at least one of you. So Ian and Kaylin had their first rehearsal with us on Zoom. I am so sorry. All right, so do we have questions?
Yes. Ben says YouTube keeps freezing, so he came back.
Panda's on a seat, or she's floating using her supernatural powers.
Supernatural.
And she also says.
I saw the pants.
And she also says that she can't see him.
Ian's in the corner.
He's in
Okay.
the corner. Yeah.
He can't see me either.
About, hey, does anybody have any questions for us? One of them was, how is the company doing with quarantine/COVID?
Oh, that's a heavy question to start with.
My bad, you want me to say that one for later?
No, it's okay. How is the company? We're doing. I would definitely say that we're doing. We got 2 shows into our spring tour and everything got canceled. And so dealing with the emotional roller coaster, that was, do we have a show? No. We have a show. No, we don't. I think that was really hard on the company, but we are trucking along. We are continuing to put together the new set. We are planning virtual things and trying to do as many shows as we can. I know we've had many virtual shows throughout this summer, and we're finding platforms that work and some that don't, wonderful. So if you had to move to something else, then that's fine. But yeah, we're doing a lot of planning. We're doing a lot of nitty gritty in the studio, getting ready to bring you the best show that we can when it's time to come back out into the world. And we're training our new members and really reorganizing the whole team.
You said that one of the big things.
I feel like you can take this situation and let it affect you, or you can take it and roll with it. And we are rolling with it. We're tapping with it, as it were.
Taylor said,
That was not fun.
Taylor said, peep the pants, love them, Panda. All right, so speaking of a lot of shows unfortunately being canceled and a lot of the things not happening like we planned, are there currently any shows coming up that may
In person. There are still some things on our calendar that either haven't been canceled yet or are in the works to be in person. And as soon as those are solidified, we will let you guys know. We are currently thinking about seeking outdoor venues to have a show at. So if anybody knows of an outdoor venue, it can be anywhere in Florida. I think we'd be okay to travel depending on when. So let us know. But right now, finding places to perform is almost as difficult as actually following through with our tour. Like finding places to perform outdoors is pretty hard at the moment.
CB Quill wants to know, where do y'all perform?
Usually we perform at conventions, nerd conventions, pop culture conventions, the fun conventions, like MegaCon, Comic-Con, SuperCon, all those kind of things. We also perform at theaters. We perform at festivals. We perform at anywhere that'll have us. We're loud. Yes, Alex.
Todd Scott asked, as it may be slightly safer to perform outside, have we considered performing outside?
Yes, and that is basically the only place we can perform right now is outside. So if anyone knows of good venues, let me know. Send us a message.
Speaking of, Ben just mentioned one. Lake Eola Park has an outdoor amphitheater. It's in Orlando. Maybe
Yes.
they would book you guys.
They're owned by Disney. That is really, really hard to get into. But if you have connections, I love you for that. Also, my friend has a business right there, like right across from it. And she keeps saying she wants us to perform there, but because bars, and it's just this really cute Alice in Wonderland type theme, and they were gonna have us perform there. But they kind of got shut down for a little while, and yeah, so I don't know if we can perform there anytime soon, but I'm still working on that. It's just also a small venue, so I think only like 3 of us could go.
Todd asked about RAM.
RAM is not having performers at the moment. I am in contact with Gary at Riverside Arts Market, and he's just not having live performances right now, is what he said.
And performing and going to conventions and talking about where we go normally to perform. What do you guys miss most about conventions right now? This was one of the questions that was sent.
I think this one can go down the line. What do y'all miss most about conventions? And then I'll answer like from the company perspective, I guess. Henry?
Traveling, seeing friends that I only get to see at conventions.
Panda?
Traveling and people watching.
People watching. That's like the best part of a convention.
I miss my internet friends because I only saw them at conventions.
And too. What about you?
Probably overnights.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Traveling. Have you been to a convention yet?
Not with us.
Not with us. Okay. But what about you?
Sleeping in the van.
You know, you can do that. You live. But what about you?
Sleeping in the van.
You know, you can do that. You live with me.
But this guy will fall asleep in his car in the driveway.
He's done it. We've wondered where Alex was, and then I like look outside and he's asleep in his car, and I'm like,
Because half the time it's freezing in the house.
you can the
No,
AC.
no, because I would have to put the heater on.
Oh my goodness. You want my space heater?
No.
Sean, what do you miss?
Honestly, I miss the interaction with the fans. Like going out there and then beforehand or afterwards, people stopping us in the halls like, what time is your guys' show? I can't wait to see you. And then it's just so much fun to get to interact with those people who, without noise complaint, without cons, I would have never met.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool to have that interaction. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm talking to noise complaint, not you guys. My bad. My head turned side, so I
You're not
apologize.
even on camera.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was Sean, in case you
There's
didn't
just
know.
a voice.
All right, so from the company's perspective, we miss traveling. I think mostly. I every time I get in the van and I look behind and I see empty seats, I kind of get love. Just the long van rides and
Horrible
then not sure.
karaoke.
Yeah, horrible karaoke. Not sure where we want to stop to eat because we have 7 different allergies in the car, and most of them are me.
And dance that Jen has told us we have to perform after a week of learning it over and over and over again.
I think what I miss most, the other half, is you. We miss actually being able to see you. When we perform to a live stream, you're still not here. Like, you're here, but we don't see your face. We don't hear your reaction. We don't get to talk to you after the show, even though we're sweaty messes and we apologize for probably smelling bad. But we miss you. We miss seeing you in the hall. We miss running into each other at the vendor room and convincing each other to buy things that we don't need. And we miss lots of that. Personally, I miss you guys because I feel like I only see y'all at rehearsal and we don't have the overnights. We don't have the all of you and all of you. It's personal. What's up?
Well, hold on. One of the things that I know a couple months ago, we finally actually took our case out of the van to clean out the van and put it in.
Phil?
Yeah, we took Phil out and we took everything. We still have the noise complaint banner in the car
Where's Banner?
because we never know when we need. Ow, that hurt.
For anyone that wanted to catch on to what he was saying, our noise complaint banner is named Bruce. Our noise complaint box that we put pretty much everything in is called Phil. And our noise complaint dolly hand truck thing is called Rhodey, just in case we use those terms and you don't know what we're talking about.
Todd and Joshua Calarino said that they also miss us.
We miss you guys a lot. Like, a lot. It kills us. We're in here practicing, thinking about being in front of you guys again.
Katie
That's
made
because
it.
I wasn't talking to you, I found.
Katie made it.
Hi, Katie.
They could
Hi, Katie.
have-
Dominic said we should perform at the Foundation Academy.
Sorry?
I don't know. That's one of your
That is
It's a
actually
local
a
private
place that I was talking to for a little while, like years ago, and we would be happy to perform at the Foundation Academy. If you have contacts, please message us and I can talk to you about it.
You're like,
Again, we're looking for places to perform right now. We have our own policies about our show, and they pretty much would match up to what is required and lawful in Duval County and Miami-Dade County for the 2 that have talked to me about this, and Orlando, actually.
Ben said Sean misses getting lost at cons.
Are you still lost at Dragon Con?
Apparently, I'm still lost at Dragon
No, a
Con.
week from now, you should go into that group and go, guys, I'm still lost.
Okay.
I think I took a wrong turn at this group.
No, especially without getting stopped.
We had a lot of fun at
Oh, yeah.
Dragon Con this year.
Dragon Con virtual.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions over there, Alex?
No.
Okay.
Nice.
One of the other ones that was asked us online is, what has been everyone's favorite quarantine activity?
Okay, that is definitely a down the line kind of question. Alex, you want to start?
I don't do much aside from sleep, study, and work. So study.
Studying, you chose studying as your favorite? The thing that's not enjoyable and you don't get paid for?
I mean, I do get paid for it because I'm not paying for it.
But you're not paid by the hour.
No, I'm not paid by the hour, but I get paid back for the classes.
Side note, sorry. CV Quill says, speak up, Kaylin. Dominic Stone says, Kaylin, speak up.
Say something.
Henry?
Oh, favorite quarantine activity?
I haven't, I've had to go into work, so I haven't actually technically had to find a quarantine
Me too, actually.
activity.
That's a great.
Well,
So,
like, because social life hasn't been.
have you met me?
Yeah, I know, you're an introvert, so
Nothing's
nothing's changed for Panda at all.
Panda's been preparing for this her whole
Her
life.
whole life. life. Kaylin?
I don't know. I've had a lot of time to cosplay more, but I mostly just ate and slept.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of, and
Cosplay,
TikTok, I
eat,
forgot
and
mine.
sleep. What?
Oh yeah, and TikTok, I forgot mine.
TikTok.
Probably hanging out with y'all whenever I can.
Sometimes they drive over to my house and we talk in my driveway from 6 feet apart. Sometimes that's what we do. Just hang out. It's fine.
And getting to know my roommates.
Okay, so Finn actually just went off to college, to Flagler, right? Flagler College in St. Augustine, and now you're going through the whole freshman thing where you have roommates and you're off on your own for the first time. In the age of COVID, how are you?
It's something.
Ian, what's your favorite quarantine activity?
I guess playing video games with my friends.
Nice, playing video games with your friends. Sean?
Well, being an essential person, I was constantly working, but I would have to say I found my love for YouTube again. And
Yeah, don't talk to
It's not the camera really, but
so, no, I found my love for YouTube again, but also I honestly just trying new things. That's been my thing. Just what? First of all, I have a giant head. It's going to take a lot more than your little hands to give me any type of ears.
My
What about you?
favorite quarantine activity has been working. I've just been teaching tap from my living room, from everywhere. That's my favorite thing. And noise complaint. Lots and lots of noise complaint work.
CV Quill says, Kaylin knows that we have the connections to the Foundation Academy. That's why they're telling you to speak up.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, now we'll really talk about it. I mean, like, not that we were before, but like now.
You
there's a
ignored
bigger-
her?
No. Literally, I answered her faster than I answer y'all. She
Also-
started with, I have a gig for us, and I was like, I'm on this.
Also, don't forget, guys, if you have any questions, the other ones that was asked us online was, what can we expect to see at your show when we're all able to go to cons again?
Oh, man. You're gonna see noise complaint, but like with a whole new set and maybe a lot less cardio. What, a lot less cardio?
Yeah, what is
No,
that?
I mean a lot less cardio ability.
Oh.
we're gonna have less stamina.
Yeah, I think one of the things that happened to us is that we had a long period of just practicing on Zoom, and you don't expend as much energy when you do that. And now, I mean, we're building our cardio by practicing in masks, by the way, so never mind, you're gonna see a regular.
Well, it's also, we don't perform every other weekend, 3 shows,
and
plus
that,
rehearsal.
that does a lot for stamina to be able to perform 3 shows in a row in a weekend in a row. Last year, I think our rehearsals are, instead of 4 hours, they're down to 3, and we're building it back up again. Hopefully we'll get back up to speed by the time we're out there. You're gonna see obviously new members and those of us that just won't leave or can't leave because we won't let her. You're gonna see our 90s set is going through a minor revamp, and you're gonna see new material, an entire set of new material. I think we're only doing 2 songs that you've ever seen before, and we're not doing them the same way that you've seen them. So, yeah. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna see awesomeness, lots of fun, and at first, us getting to know each other. Let me just be honest about that. You're gonna see us getting to know each other because this group hasn't performed at a convention yet. Some of us have, but we have some new people. And so when you add new people to the group, there's chemistry that happens on stage, and you guys are gonna get to witness us discover that, which is kind of cool. I'm excited for that. Sorry, I took that question in a weird way.
It's okay. Yeah.
Do you have any questions? Do y'all have questions for us? Ask us questions.
please.
Someone said, or Swag Anonymous says, a whole set?
Oh, What do you mean a whole set?
I don't know.
Like-
We're having a whole set. Apparently,
We're
we're
having a whole new set.
a whole
Oh
new
yeah, a
set.
whole new set. We've basically been putting the final touches on our video game set. Today we added some staging and it'll be ready hopefully in the next few weeks. So a
Any-
whole brand new story, new characters.
It will be ready.
It will be ready in a few weeks. It will absolutely 100.
Any video game players out there in the world? What's y'all's favorite game characters?
Favorite game characters. So this question turns into if money, fabric, armor, and time was not an object, what character would you have been for the new video game set? What's your favorite video game character? Down the line, starting with Alex.
I mean, favorite that I've played, Ratchet and Clank.
Okay. Favorite that you haven't played?
Favorite, I mean,
Can you have a favorite that you haven't played?
no.
Okay, just checking. Ian, favorite video game character?
I don't know what to say.
Ever?
That's fine.
That is very that is a stressful question.
It's like,
Finn,
Can I just say my character?
like Toad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so anyone from Overwatch? Okay, definitely can see what games you like.
Probably Kazuichi Suna from Danganronpa V2. If you know what that is.
I don't.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
I don't play video games.
That's okay.
Not all of us are the same kind of nerd.
This is a tough one. Because of because I have one for multiple genre, like for RPG. I gotta say my favorite is West from Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube.
Mhm.
Old game, and for Overwatch, I like Mercy.
Gotcha. So maybe this is like a genre kind of question, but Sean, what's yours?
Honestly, just the bomb. The bomb has always been one of my
I can
favorite
see that.
characters.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's just like, hello.
Explode.
How about you?
Probably. Oh my god, I forgot her name. Sylvanas. Wow.
Okay.
Actually, I just really like her. I'm sorry. Okay, wait, you're
No.
bored.
Oh.
Okay.
Apologies.
You like? Yes, I do.
Ben asked, so what song would you love to dance to but fear its complexity?
Whoa.
Because you know,
Oh.
when a person who hosts panels asks you questions, they use words like complexity.
I'm gonna start by saying Beethoven's Fifth.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And that's been a dream of mine to choreograph. I'm not even kidding. I would love to choreograph Beethoven's Fifth.
As a tap piece.
As a tap piece, yes. But I think another one that I kind of tap dance around the subject with this one. But I know.
Hannah's gonna kill you.
I understand. Kind of like an entire rock opera. Like the entire American Idiot album. You know what I mean? A whole rock opera would
I
be
mean,
something
there is a
that I-
musical.
There's
Yes, not the musical. I'm talking about the original rock opera. They're different. Don't even start with me about Bruno.
All right.
Anyway.
I mean, that, like the musical was their end goal with that.
No, it wasn't. That's what they decided to do. That wasn't their goal. That wasn't what they envisioned when they made it. They wanted to make a rock opera. Then somebody said, you know, this
Anything you guys have enjoyed during this time?
YouTube.
Finding ways to hang out with my friends.
Yeah, finding new ways to hang out with my family. Like I have to do Zoom lunch, and honestly, I wish we'd thought of that before. I could have spent much more time with my family if I thought about it before. Any of you guys have something that you've discovered that's fun over this? Okay, everyone else is like, this
TikTok.
sucks. 2020
TikTok.
sucks. TikTok.
Someone asked, Darkology asked, what's your guys' favorite animal and why is it your favorite animal?
Okay, starting with Henry.
Come back to me on this one.
This is tough.
We've been asked this question before.
And we always have to think about it.
Yeah.
Panda, what's your
Let's
favorite?
start with the easy
Because, have you seen pandas?
one.
Fair.
They're so cute.
You were super.
Corgis, 100,000%.
You know, Noise Complaint needed another one that
Yeah.
liked corgis. We lost a member that really liked corgis, and now we have one. So it's like we always need a member that just really loves corgis. We had one in the beginning too, Sam.
Guys.
Foxes?
Yeah.
Okay, foxes or anything with cute eyes.
A sloth, and I don't know why.
A sloth, and they don't know why. Sorry, I'm trying to translate because you all masks are really thick. What's your favorite animal?
Yes, a moose,
A moose. Okay, why?
because they're majestic.
A moose because they're majestic.
Nice.
Honestly, they are tanks. If you hit one with your car, you die. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just like
Are you
I felt
also
so breathe.
Well,
supernatural?
they're also like super tall.
yeah. So
Turtle.
a turtle. Okay, no,
They're like regal.
they're regal. All right,
Interesting.
Sean.
Unicorns?
Those are not okay. That's fine. It counts.
You can't say that a unicorn's not
He's
real.
got a unicorn on his shirt. It
Believe in a giraffe? Okay, and the reason why? Because they're majestic. I'm gonna steal your word.
My favorite animal is a ring-tailed lemur. I know that's very specific, but it's a ring-tailed lemur, and it's because they're both cute and really, really cunning and kind of jerks, and I love it. So, Henry.
Cats.
Oh, I didn't
Cop-out
expect that
answer.
one.
Total
Cool.
cop
What
out
about the
answer.
groups?
Oh, Noise Complaint's favorite animal is the koala.
That's our mascot.
That is our mascot. And if you would like to know why, there is a great YouTube video called True Facts About Marsupials that you really should check out. If you are under 18, I don't recommend it because it does have language. But other than that, go for it. That will tell you why we love the koala. We have a little stuffed koala that lives in the van, and it's just our mascot. Like, I'm designing buttons that have like, why does this have a koala on it? And I'll be
No
like,
reason.
it's fine, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's cute, isn't it?
It's adorable.
Zero is our mascot.
Yes, Zero is our mascot.
Why are all the usernames taken asked? How about favorite horror character?
Favorite horror character. Okay, I don't know my favorite horror character. Sorry, I had to enunciate that word. Only answer if you have one. If you don't have a favorite horror character, then don't answer. Don't worry about it. So.
I'm actually not a fan of mainstream horror because it's been my experience that horror movies people are dumb. But I do like horror anime, and and my favorite horror anime character is Tatsumi from Shiki because on the surface he's like super friendly, but underneath he is a real sadist.
Nice. Panda? Kaylin?
There's a lot of good horror out there.
I am not surprised that you like that.
I'm gonna be basic and say it from Pennywise.
Pennywise from
It.
Okay.
The dog from Paranormal Activity 2.
The dog from Paranormal Activity 2. That is so
He's
specific.
the only one that knew what was going on.
Oh my god. And okay, Ian.
I don't like horror.
Okay,
I don't have an answer.
Sean.
Honestly, The Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's the dumbest horror movie, but I watched it as a kid with my father, and I absolutely loved it just because it was spending time with him. Ever since then, I've always loved those characters. They're the
Nice.
dumbest characters on earth. But
I would have to say that mine is. I don't really like horror like at all, but whoever writes the Simpsons Halloween episodes. That's
That's
my
a good
favorite. Whoever writes those.
all right.
Actually scare me.
Dominic.
Yeah, whoever wrote the saccharin bit, that's my favorite.
Dominic asked, "What's your favorite board game?"
Oh my gosh, these are great questions. All right, Alex.
I like Monopoly.
You would. Ian, favorite board game? Okay, if you think of it, let me know. Ben?
I don't know.
There's a lot of I don't know. I don't know that game.
Clue.
Clue, okay.
The game of what?
I love
She stole mine. I love Clue.
Clue.
All iterations of it.
How have we never played that?
Adults know.
We should do that. Henry?
Sorry.
It is chess,
I
so.
love chess too, but.
Ian, did you think of one?
I guess it's chess counts.
Nice, I need to play you sometime. So, cool. Ian and I are like chess fans.
I mean, I've never played video games.
Did you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I only have 3 different versions.
Okay.
All right. Ben would like to know if you could go back in time and redo a performance, which one and why?
Am I a jerk face if I say WasabiCon 2017?
Why would you be a jerk face?
WasabiCon 2017
I
is
think-
Jen's personal answer, but I think Noise Complaint would choose a different one, and I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the one we didn't get to do. I would go back in time and knowing that it was going to rain and make the stage squishy and find another way for us to perform so that we actually got to perform.
That was Pensacon 2017 or 2018?
Yeah, that was 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
redo
No,
that.
was it 19?
I was 18.
It was,
Oh,
Because
No,
I was
it
there
was
for that one,
18.
and 19 was the one I was not there for.
18, anybody else disagree with that?
the squishy stage
Yeah, being that that's the one I would redo
as noise complaint.
as a company.
Yeah.
Like if you guys do it and redo it.
I mean, we have 2 that didn't really get to choose because they weren't there.
You were.
And then if they weren't there, they only had, you had like, what, 5 cons?
Maybe, if
yeah,
that.
if that.
Some of them haven't gotten to perform with us very much because right as soon as we were gonna do the tour, no tour.
I think I would redo AFO 20, all these years, 2017 or 2018, I don't remember. But I was in a different mindset, because that was the night the Harry Potter book came out, and I spent like the entire time before the show reading it, and I was in a completely different headspace doing the show, and I do that, or like find a different way to center myself so that I'm in the character I was playing and not elsewhere.
Yeah. Henry?
This last Pensacon, one of the very few cons we did do in 2020, because I like majorly goofed during the cosplay contest performance.
Oh, but that whole thing was a goof, man. I loved it.
I would do that one. I would
I would do that one again for fun.
Are we still going around? Because I have.
Yeah.
I have a.
I don't have a, I
Oh,
mean,
you don't have one that you,
not a
okay.
specific one.
Okay. Todd asked, they've been watching your videos, and you said that you're a punk fan. Why no Misfits set?
A whole Misfits set? I mean, okay, I am a punk music fan. We tried to put punk music into our show, and the audience was so uninterested.
It was deadpan.
It was totally deadpan. Our hip hop mix in the 90s used to be like a punk rock alternative mix. The audience really was not engaged. We changed it to like old school hip hop stuff, and they're like, yeah, that's my jam. And I'm just like, wow, thanks. That's like the music of my childhood. And you have my favorites the audience likes. And as far as they'll dive into punk is pretty much Fall Out Boy. Right? That's the farthest they'll go down the punk train. A good question.
Gary Courtney says, hello, I hope you all are staying safe. And Espero says, oof, does Cards Against Humanity count as a board game? Which leads into, Dominic asks, what's our favorite card game?
All right, so does Cards Against Humanity count as a board game? No, card game, yes, and now we can answer that. And we are staying safe. Thank you guys so much. Our rehearsals are done completely like, we have all these policies in place to make sure that we are all gonna be safe and okay, and we're all kind of running our lives with the idea that we could go do a live show at any minute, and so we can. I don't really know how else to say that, but we are being safe. Favorite card game, Sean.
Texas Hold'em poker.
Really?
I love poker.
I didn't know that about you.
Oh, I absolutely
That
love
kind of
poker.
freaks me out that I didn't know that about you.
I absolutely love poker.
You think I would know that?
Does somebody want to play?
Okay.
We gotta play sometime.
I'll play. I love Texas Hold'em.
Really?
How have I known you?
Okay, anyway.
Hannah, do you like poker?
Everyone, finish your drinks. She made a pun.
Cards Against Humanity with Joking Hazard a close second.
Nice.
I'm going old school and slapjacks or Unos.
Okay.
Uno.
Kaylin?
Exploding kittens.
That stresses me out. Oh my god, I get so stressed out playing that game.
I love that
Phase 10 or canasta.
Okay, Face Hunter Canasta.
Phase 10.
game. Ooh.
Like actual
With,
Okay.
like the tiles?
the tiles.
Okay.
I really like Phase 10, even though I didn't get to finish the entire game once.
Favorite card game. I think I'm really partial to Star Wars Against Humanity. My brother made us play that the other day, and it is so good. You get these cards, you're just like, oh my goodness. Like it's such a good game. And I think Avengers Against Humanity would be as good.
There's this guy that we might know. His name is that one Luffy cosplayer.
Luffy,
I know.
first of all. Also, I changed my answer about card games. I forgot Magic the Gathering is a card game, and that is my favorite.
I was
He says,
Yeah,
I forgot. I forgot.
he says, hello, good
Wow.
people.
Hello.
PinCon 2018. I remember that.
Mhm.
Jen, you're a fake fan. You didn't remember Magic the
I didn't
Gathering.
remember. It doesn't make me a fake fan. Fake fan of D&D who just started. D&D who just started.
Dominic.
I didn't say I was a fan.
Okay.
Dominic said, I would love a punk rock set.
I'm so
Ben
ready to
said,
hear about
hang on.
I mean, that's
Okay.
still a minority though.
that. I know.
Ben said, he's going to make me read all this. Hold on, let me see how well I can read. Do you guys find it difficult to balance freedom of movement versus accuracy of your costumes? Are there any costumes you wish you could have been more elaborate and still dance in?
That is a great question. The costume is what we sacrifice. The dancing is never what we sacrifice. We've actually gotten a lot of crap from people saying like, oh, your costumes aren't accurate. Well, no, you're Tony Stark. Should we have put you in the full armor suit? No, you can't tap dance in the full armor suit. You use it as an excuse not to tap dance, so we can do that.
I'll just stand there.
No, it doesn't work. The costume is what takes a back seat to the dancing every single time. Are there costumes we wish we could wear simply because we want to be that character, but we have to say, no, we can't because it's armor? Yes, absolutely. Jean was hard enough because that's supposed to be armor, but we have to use like felt so that he can still lift his arms, and we have to use like undergarments. Like some costumes they're a little more revealing, let them be, because we're jumping up and down, so they can't be that revealing and stuff like that. Are there any costumes that you guys wish you could have done differently?
The only one that comes to mind is I wish the Juvia shawl was a little more fluid and allowed more movement. 'Cause whenever like lifting my arms was like here.
Yeah.
But that's it as far as the costumes we have now.
Yeah. I think Cloud was like that for me. I couldn't lift my left arm because of the shoulder pauldron. But no, right now, Sean, you're doing such a great job with the costumes that ever since you started making them, I haven't felt any hindrance of movement whatsoever. So thank you for that. Sean is the one that does all of our costuming.
Except
Except, I mean, and Kaylin's probably going to bring some of her own costumes.
Ian's been making his Disney
Yeah, Ian's
one.
been making his, and so some people make their own make it so that we have good freedom of movement. So thank you for that.
The coolest part is that they actually let me experiment with like doing Jean's armor when Alex was Jean. We were like, well, how can we make it still look like armor, but give him that movement? And because at first we were like, well, we could do craft foam, but then it's just going to be wear and tear on that. But then we figured that felt would hold up a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
Until I got washed.
Don't even talk to me about that.
But to continue on my end, during our adventure set, one of our most labor-intensive dances, whenever I'm spiting, my lenses tend to fog up. I actually fixed that and got myself a face shell, so that's really that will no longer be a problem once we go back.
And our costumes are always evolving. If we find an issue with it, we then modify the costume a few shows later because, we found an issue, so let's fix it. Any other questions? We're coming near the end of our Q&A. Thank you guys so much for being here. We still have like 10 minutes though, so if you guys have any more questions, we would love to answer them. Sean, do you have any more on your list?
Yeah, real quick. Sparrow said, oof, Jen with the burns. Gary Courtney said, just dropped it by shortly to gotta get dinner. I just wanted to stop by.
Siblings, we do this. We pick at each other.
We live together.
Yeah. Oh, Instagram just crashed.
Uh-oh.
Instagram crashed. It'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
You guys are not on Instagram, so that doesn't mean anything for y'all, but
Ooh, delayed reactions.
just in case you were on Instagram and you just switched to another platform, Instagram crashed. I'm sorry.
Hello.
It's back. Instagram is back. I'm sorry, y'all.
Sorry.
I had just said that we were almost done too. They probably think that I just like shut it off.
Yeah, how dare you?
I know. I'm sorry. It just crashed.
Taylor.
It just,
Yeah.
like, that's it.
It does that very randomly.
Yeah. All right. So more questions, Sean?
All right. So we also got asked, who is in your cast now?
Oh, we already answered that.
Yes. Someone asked, one of my favorite questions that we get asked, what's your favorite pie?
Yes.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
All right. Down the line, what's your favorite pie? Start with Alex.
Pizza.
Pizza pie. Sorry, those of you guys just joining us. Instagram crashed on us.
Okay. Ian, what's your favorite pie?
Pumpkin.
Bruh.
Yours pumpkin.
So Finn says pumpkin as well. Ian says pumpkin.
Pumpkin or Dutch apple.
Christy says Dutch
Ooh.
apple or pumpkin.
Don't beat me up, but I don't like pie.
That's okay. You are allowed to have any dislikes or likes that you want in this group. That is what this family
You
is
like
for.
pizza because pizza
Yes.
is technically a pie.
But you said pizza.
So?
Does it matter?
Those three songs.
Pizza.
If you ever find out that someone doesn't like a food that you really like, don't get mad at them for it. Get really happy that they're not going to steal it. So, Hannah,
Apple.
apple.
Key lime.
Okay. Sean,
Pumpkin, 100%.
Jen?
apple. But I don't like pie crust, so I just kind of dig it out.
Just apple filling.
Apple filling. We do have a question that we were asked earlier. How old is Noise Complaint? Noise Complaint is going into its 8th season. We are 7 years old. We're 7. I'm not 5 anymore. We're 7.
Fancy over there.
That's my thought.
Yes.
Todd asked, does anyone's family members own a small business that we can support?
Yes. We can talk about that. Real quick, let me answer this question. Would you rather bungee jump or skydive? Raise your hand if you would rather bungee jump. Raise your hand if you would rather skydive. Raise your hand if you would rather do neither. Okay.
I mean, at least for skydiving the first time or the first couple of times you have to be tandem. So,
Yeah, but that means you both die.
I mean, if they die, I go down with them, whatever.
You go down first.
Sparrow asked, any word of any cons opening back up anytime soon?
Not that we know. Cons are doing the best that they can to provide a safe experience for everybody. And when they figure out that they can't, or if they decide that they can't, they will cancel. Some cons have been happening. We have not we weren't booked for any of the ones that have been happening. And a lot of them are happening virtually. So we will be a part of the virtual content of many conventions coming up. But in person, I think we only have a couple that are still on our list, and I hesitate to tell you what they are because they may cancel. And I don't want to tell you, oh, it's happening, and then they make their own decisions to cancel. So just keep looking at conventions where you've seen us before, and you might find us in their virtual content. You might find us doing something in person with them. We don't know yet. We have a potential convention a couple weeks from now. We still don't really know how we're involved in it, but we know that we are involved in it somehow. But everything's kind of taking a while to process.
Dominic wants to know, would you guys do a supernatural set?
Yes.
Super Hulak and the Goblet of Chimichanga.
We did a mini show, supernatural Disney set.
Yes.
And it was weird, but I loved it. So Super Hulak and the Goblet of Chimichangas was Supernatural, Doctor Who, Sherlock, Harry Potter, and
Deadpool.
but we missed Star Trek. There was a Star Trek character in there.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like,
No, it was Super Who Trek because we didn't have a show.
it was Super
Oh, yeah.
Who Trek and the Goblet of Chimichangas. I was
There you
going to say, Super Hulak and the Goblet of Chimichangas. The
Yeah, we
Next
didn't have
Generation.
anybody from Sherlock.
Yeah.
Okay. We also got, what's the difference between tap clogging and river dance? Tap dance is what we do. Clogging is a lot different, but it is similar in that your feet make similar sounds, but all the movements are different. We have a clogging expert, a couple of them over here. And then river dance is a specific kind of Irish dancing. It's like a specific show for Irish dancing. It's not really a genre in and of itself, but there are actually really cool YouTube videos that go through the difference. So I would definitely look that up. Somebody asked, how are we so good? We're not. We just pretend and have fun, and
We have you fooled.
yes. But yeah, those are all the questions here.
Ben said, what's been your favorite city or venue you've been able to visit on tour in the past?
That
Or
is such a hard question.
Or what venue would you be looking forward to as a possible visit in the future?
Okay. I will list some of, because we're running out of time, I will list some of our favorites that we have been to.
We still have this one.
Okay, I will list some of our favorites really, really quick. I know that we always enjoy Pensacola. We love the conventions in Atlanta, but do not like Atlanta. Mostly driving to it. I don't think, people that live in Atlanta don't want to drive to Atlanta. Like,
At least not downtown Atlanta.
yeah. And Minneapolis was a definite fun one for us. Raleigh, absolutely. Indianapolis, I think, is one of my absolute favorites. Like one of my personal favorites was Indianapolis. Ones that we're looking forward to, Nashville someday would be really nice because we had a lot of fun there when we stopped there. So doing one in Nashville, I would love to do some on the West Coast. I think that would be great. Overseas would be amazing. Know anybody? Get us contacts. We would love to go overseas, when we're allowed to travel.
Well, we're not banned from other countries.
Yeah. What's the question over here?
It was, does anyone have small businesses that we can help support?
Okay, so first of all, you are amazing for asking that question. Does anyone have a small business that the fans can support? First of all, noise complaint in and of itself is a small business. That is the perfect segue for this. Please take this. Noise complaint has merch that's going up on our store soon. So we'll be able to tell you that. We'll be able to share those pieces of merch with you. We are selling our DVDs coming up, but I'm about to put this for sale. A lot of you guys have seen Season 7 tour shirt. It includes every city, every date, every convention or show that we performed at. So if you saw us at any of our shows between June 14th, 2020, you were at one of the shows that are listed on the shirt. It will be available on T-Chip starting tomorrow, and I will be posting that all over the internet tomorrow. So that's actually really, really cool that you asked that. He's not a plant. I didn't ask him to do that, but I'm glad that you guys can see it. Also, So we're really excited. It has our regular logo on the front, and then it has like all the tour dates on the back, and you can kind of see that. I'm sorry, I can't get much closer. But yeah, in St. Augustine, called the Coffeeosity Shop, and you can do like Grubhub with that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's called the Coffeeosity Shop. It's in downtown St. Augustine. If you know St. George Street, where everything is, it's the other way on St. George Street. So definitely check that out. Is anybody else?
I mean,
Alex's parents own a grocery store in Miami. What's it called?
Miller Meat and Fish.
What?
Miller Meat and Fish.
Miller Meat and Fish. So if you live in the Miami area, please go support his family store.
It's
Anybody
on
else?
Miller and 134.
My family owns a gutter business called Gutter Guys.
Gutter Guys. Is it local?
Yeah.
Okay, so a gutter business, Gutter Guys. Help her out. And
Miller Meat and Fish sounds like an attorney's office. I'm sorry.
And yeah, other than like noise complaint, I think that's it.
Ben said they own that.
My parents
Yeah.
own the store.
Yeah, Ben lives very near you.
Dominic says
Oh.
that he will buy our merch when he's able to.
Awesome. And
Thanks,
you know, we never want to push our merch on anybody, but we also want you to know it's available if you're interested. All of the proceeds from the merch go to helping us cover costs of like studio rental because we in order to have rehearsals, we have to pay for the space. So all of that helps us do that. And thank you guys so much for that. It used to go toward gas and travel fees. Guess we're not doing that right now. Although the van just cost me like a whole lot of money.
I mean, some of us are still getting like a month to the gallon. So
Yeah, I'm not anymore because I'm driving a lot now. So, but any last questions before we end our fun Q&A session?
Ben says, no, push that merch.
Oh, yeah, I needed to say again that, or maybe I didn't say it in the beginning.
You said we're doing it bi-weekly, but not that we're.
Right.
You didn't say where.
So we are going to be doing Q&As, live shows, behind the scenes stuff, fun games with the company. We're going to be doing this every other week. Today starts the every other week. So next week we are not going to be doing a live thing on the internet, but the week after that we will be live streaming something, whether it's a show or another question answer session, but just with the directors, or a game at rehearsal or something. So you're going to get to see that. We will not be using Instagram and Facebook, however, for these live streams anymore. It will all be on YouTube, and I promise that the internet connection will be better on YouTube. If it's a Q&A, we can use Instagram, but if it has any music in it, Facebook is changing their policies, and they're not allowing for live stream performances as of October 1st. So we are going to have to move all of our performances and behind the scenes rehearsal stuff to YouTube. I think one of the reasons that the connection for YouTube today isn't great is because we have 3 things. Connection, I promise. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. First of all, that would help us out a lot just because everything has to be so digital right now that it would just help get us out there in the world. So that's a great way that you can support Noise Complaint as a small business. Just like subscribe to YouTube and hit the thumbs up button on the videos that you watch. And if you click the notification bell, you will know when we're doing a live, and you'll know when we post something in the community tab, and you'll know when we're posting a new video. We have some videos that we're filming this week and next week, so we have some content coming out. But the fact that I'm on one of my other channels, and it's actually such a beautiful platform for live performances, because unlike Instagram, there's no time limit. And unlike Facebook, it has more of what you need to put on a good show. Like, Facebook has been okay, but the lag on Facebook has been incredible. And I haven't experienced too much lag when it's just one device on YouTube. So that's really, really great. It's a lot, and you'll get to see live performances on YouTube. The other thing about YouTube that I love is that the music will never get a copyright strike, and it'll never be muted. Facebook's been muting our music, and YouTube's not going to do that. They might put ads, but they're not going to mute us. But once the show has happened, it will be on our channel forever. It saves to the channel. So if you had to work and you missed our show, no big deal. Catch it when you get home. You won't have the live interaction, but you'll get to see the show, which I think is incredible. I'm so upset that we haven't done this yet. So thank you, Facebook, for making these really terrible rules that are forcing me to do something that I should do anyway. So, yeah. Okay. Super happy fun time.
Yay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for this Q&A. One day we'll be able to have our whole faces showing for a Q&A, but like with safety in mind, we're doing it like this, and also because it's the rules of the studio, and we want to know if they're watching. I love you all so much thank you for letting us.
Henry has. Also, Espero, wants to know, do you guys ever stream on Twitch as well?
We did try streaming on Twitch. Not a lot of people were coming to watch our shows on Twitch, and I think it's because they didn't have an account. A lot of people were like, well, I don't want to download Twitch. I don't know how to use Twitch. I don't have a Twitch account. So we weren't streaming on Twitch, but it's not something that we couldn't do to do both YouTube and Twitch, but we do want to bring people more to YouTube because of the fact that our show will stay on YouTube if we live stream it there. And I've just found it to be a very supportive platform for performers. I've had a lot of success with YouTube over the summer, and it has been so supportive as a platform to live and pre-recorded stuff. But if people would like to see us on Twitch as well, I don't see why we couldn't have 2 devices up recording. It will eat up our bandwidth though, so we'll see. Also, both places are not easy to deal with trolls, I've learned. So Instagram is pretty easy. Block. So Instagram is pretty easy. Block them. But thank you guys again for joining us. Please follow us on YouTube and follow us on all of our other social media to find out when we're going to be doing this kind of stuff. We've tried to advertise early, but life happens, and for it being quarantine, a lot of us are really busy. Who feels busier because of quarantine? Yeah. You're working 3 times as much.
Dominic said that I only got Twitch for you guys.
Oh, thank you for that. So we're going to be doing probably both for a little while in the beginning, but we've tested it out and it hasn't been the best platform for us. We will be on Twitch for a convention soon. So definitely keep your Twitch account for that because you'll get to see us on that convention streaming. But yeah, thanks again, guys. And we will see you in 2 weeks with some more content, and just hang out with us on social media when you can.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Panels are more fun in person because then afterwards you can just talk to people. Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.